Hello. In this slide presentation, we observe 2 years old, which is Dani Falik. Presented by, my name is Nuharani binti Abdul Hamid, and the next one is Farhana Shaira binti Rohaizat, and the next one is Vanessa Paner Selvam, and the next one is Shalini Palamanathan, and the last one is Kavina Anaperumpan Rajendaran. Thank you. Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurharani binti Abdul Hamid. I will explain about introduction. Observation is an essential practice in early childhood education for understanding children development, behavior, interests, and individual needs. It provides insight into children's physicals, cognitive, social, emotional, language, and sensory development. This observation focus on Dani Fali, which is the picture I show here, 2 years old, during a 3 minutes 41 second coloring activity on 12 August 2026. Okay, and also this is the artwork after the Danny Falik used the crayon to color the Spider-Man. Okay, the observation focus on fine motor skills, sensory exploration, attention, and communication. Observation helps educators identify strength, areas for support, and appropriate learning experience.
Hi everyone. Okay, I am going to explain about the observation methods it's using in observation of Danny, who is the 2 years old. So we use two methods. Is one is the checklist and the one is the running record. First, checklist observation was used to record specific skills and behavior. So we focused on Danny fine motor skills, sensory exploration, attention, and communication. For example, we observe how he will hold the crayons and scribble on paper, explore different colors. And the checklist is help to identify his strengths and areas that can may need to be more support. Next, we use a running record. This gave us a more detailed information about what Danny did during in 50 minutes painting activity. At first, he need to support from the teachers before he started scribbling. He then explored different crayons and color independently. However, he became distracted by the camera and moved away from the activity. So he returned a short time, but he distracted again and eventually stopped practicing. So, however, the both method were useful for the checklist show is more specific skills, while the running record show is behavior and detail in sequence. Together, they help us and understand to Danny's strengths and interests and attention during the activity. These observation methods were used suitable for the provide two different types of information about Danny. The checklist help us identify his specific skill and behavior, such as holding crayon, scribbling, and exploring colors. The running record gives us a more detailed pictures of what happened during the activity, especially how Danny became distracted by the camera and stopped participating. Together, these methods help us understand Danny's strengths, interests, attention, and areas where he may need to more supports. So that's all from me. Thank you. Hi, my name is Kaina Rajaran. Today I want to present about parent summary. So Danny is observed of Danny. So Danny is 2 years old and he was observed during a 15 minutes painting activity. The observation focused about his fine motor skills, sensory exploration, attention, and communication. Danny showed interest in crayons and different colors. He was able to scribble and make marks on the paper. He also returned the crayons after using them. So, however, Danny was sometimes distracted by camera which affect his attention and caused him to stop the activity. So, parents can support him at home by providing simple drawing and coloring activities. Two, they can encourage him to focus a short time and slowly increase the activity duration. So, overall, Danny is a good interest in exploring art materials, but he needs more opportunity to practice and maintaining.
Good morning, my name is Shalini Palamanathan and today I'm going to explain about the application and analysis. For the application analysis, we choose Danny, which is he's a 2 years old boy. During a 15 minutes painting activity, we found that he is demonstrating integrating fine motor skill because he was able to hold a crayon, scribble, and make mark independently. He also explored different crayons and colors, showing a sensory exploration. However, his attention decreased when he became distracted by the camera and eventually stopped practicing. Moreover, he also interacted with the teacher by giving the crayons, and based on this finding we recommend provide a shorter and engaging activity, reducing a distraction and giving more opportunity hands-on learning. Future observations are also needed to understand his development more completely. Yeah. So this is what we going through about the child, which he's not focusing on activity. He keep on like distracting by seeing other things. So which means as a teacher, we recommend to the parents to constantly to monitor him and then look into him which he is interested more and without distracting at least for 25 minutes to keep on doing the same activities, which will help them to monitor him to get more information on what is like and dislike. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, for the next one is the communication strategies. Okay, simple and clear language should we use for introduce to Dani Falik. Use a short and easy instruction like you need to color in the line, follow the line. Okay, the next one is positive reinforcement like praise, effort, and participant. Like example, very good and good job. Okay, after he color a little bit and move the hand also, and offer a choice. Let Dani choose colors or materials. Like example, do you want blue color, red color, or yellow color for the body, for the eyes? Okay. And the next one is gesture and demonstration. Show what to do while explaining. Okay, for the 2 years old, we need to show what you need to do and explain. Oh, you need to color in the line nicely and you need to follow the line to color nicely. Okay, the next one is active listening, respond to verbal and non-verbal communication. And the last part is allow response time. Give him some time to understand and respond. Like example, oh Dani, which color do you like? Maybe he needs some time to respond back. So let him rest for a while to understand our question and to process the question. Okay, the next one is for the recommendation. Reduce distraction since the area is a bit distractive and very noisy. So maybe can give him like a quiet place, like the good environment to do the coloring. Keep the cameras and unnecessary materials away. And the next one is use short activities, provide activities suitable for his attention span. Okay, provide interesting materials, use different colors and age appropriate art materials. Like example, maybe can use a glitter or dot dot dot. Okay. Encourage self-expression. Ask simple question about his artwork. Oh, is it nice? What color for the Spider-Man shirt? What color for the Spider-Man hat? Like that. And then provide gentle guidance. Support him without forcing participation. And the last one is build on his strength. Use his interest in colors and crayons to encourage further learning.
Daniel Fazlik. The activity observed was a painting and coloring activity conducted on 10 August 2026. The main areas I observed were fine motor skills and sensory exploration, attention, and communication skills. At the beginning of the activity, Daniel came to the activity independently, but he looked unsure about what to do. The teacher showed him a crayon and gave one to him. Danny immediately took the crayon and started scribble on the paper. During the next few minutes, Daniel explored different crayon and colors. She used the crayon to make different marks on the paper. She also put the crayon back in their place after using them. This shows his interest in the activity and his ability to handle and explore the materials. While doing the activity, Dani became distracted by the camera. He moved away from the artwork and looked at the camera several times before returning to the scribbling. Later, she gave one crayon to the teacher, picked up another crayon, and continued scribbling for the short time. The video also shows Daniel with his father while the teacher guided him during the activity. The teacher provided support and encourage him to practice to color the Spider-Man. Overall, I observed the Dani shows fine motor skill development through holding and using the crayon. And she explored different colors and materials. However, his attention was easily distracted by the camera, and he actually stopped the practice. So, finally, the painting activity provided Danny with an opportunity to develop his fine motor skills, explore colors, and community skill with the teacher. Thank you.
Encik Ikmal, do you have any question? Sorry, it's not supposed to be a presentation. I have to explain to Encik Ikmal what you observed. Right? But it's okay. I think Encik Ikmal understands, right?
So for the overall reflection, Danny Falik participated very well during the observation. Although he was not very social, he was able to engage calmly in the coloring activity and show interest in completing the task, even not doing nicely, but so far is very good. The observation provided a good opportunity to understand his behavior, participation, and development at 2 years old. Thank you.
Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Rahana Syaira binti Rohaizat. So I'll be explaining the conclusion. So based on the observation, Dani demonstrated several positive skills during the colouring activity. First, Dani was able to come to the activity area independently, so he quickly held the crayon and started scribbling on the paper. He also explored different colours and made different marks. This shows that he was developing his fine motor skills and sensory exploration skills. However, Dani also had some difficulty maintaining his attention. He was distracted by the camera several times and moved between looking at the camera and doing the activity. Although he returned to the colouring for a short time, he eventually stopped before the activity ended. This shows that Dani may benefit from shorter and more engaging activities that are suitable for his age and attention span. The colouring activity was also useful because it allowed Dani to practice his fine motor skills while exploring colours, textures, and different ways of making marks. In the future, teachers should reduce distraction around the activity area and continue observing Dani regularly to better understand his development. So overall, Dani showed good fine motor and exploratory skills, while his attention and focus may need further support. With suitable activities and a supportive environment, he can continue developing his skills at his own pace.